Item number 11, I'd like to go right into the annual report from the Citizens Crime Prevention Committee.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor. Robert Rico, I'm the current chair of the Citizens Crime Prevention, and as soon as my assistant clicks on the right, be happy to give you a quick overview
Chief, the chair.
of our year.
There we go.
I think he needs an assistant. Just that far.
Thank you, gentlemen. This is the San Bruno Citizen Crime Prevention yearly report for the year of 2011. My clicker is not clicking. Maybe let's try that. Okay. Committee members for the prior year: myself as chair, Felix as our vice chair, Sonia as our secretary, Walter Carrasco, one of our members at large without a office position, Frank Deering. John Drakopoulos is in the audience tonight, and Officer Tony Perkins has been the police department liaison. I would like to also mention Officer Howard Hoyer has stepped in 2 or 3 times on some of our community meetings that we've had on behalf of the police department. Accomplishments and activities. Our number one activity is to constantly try and grow Neighborhood Watch. We did get a large contingent of residents at both the Marisol and the Marymount communities, probably about 20-25 resident addresses in each of those 2 communities. We've got a couple additional ones that are in the works. We have continually been able to utilize your San Bruno Cable Channel 1 monthly, where we have been running bilingual Spanish and English crime tips on such items as drunk driving, Halloween safety tips, 4th of July safety tips, and every month there is at least one set of tips. We got a proclamation last year relative to National Night Out, which is the first Tuesday in August. We were not able to put a actual event together. We are looking at what we're going to be doing this year along the same line. We supported and participated in Police Recognition Day in May at the shops at Tanforan. It's coming up on the 12th of May. We will again be assisting in getting it set up and assisting the police department. We'll also have our information booth, information table as part of the event. We continue to hand out wherever we find an opportunity, whether it's at the police day, whether it's at the Posey Parade, or even last year we did once at the Farmers Market, our Neighborhood Watch brochure, trying to enlist residents in San Bruno to consider forming a Neighborhood Watch block or more. We developed, with the help of one of our prior committee people that work for the San Francisco Crime Lab, how to collect your child's DNA, a real simple little brochure, have it both in Spanish and English, that we are constantly making available. We also, with the help of our one member that used to be on the Oakland Police Department, have a suspicious individual form. It's a trifold. It gives you some of the background, some of the questions. It has a schematic of a person to help you in remembering and writing down should you see activity that you'll later report to the police. We're constantly looking at developing more brochures. Goals for 2012, obviously the number one is to continue to grow our Neighborhood Watch program, to continue in some way to participate, to publicize, to get people to think about the National Night Out, which is kind of similar to Neighborhood Watch, where you get the neighborhood, the blocks, the people to get together to meet their neighbors, to not take back their streets, but make a recommitment to basically be eyes and ears and support for the police department. We will continue to develop and disseminate information through brochures, through monthly crime tips on cable TV, and we are in the process of updating the Citizens Crime Prevention website with some of our information and obviously our current contact information. We participated, as I said, and we will participate in Police Recognition Day, May 12th, and potentially we'll be participating June 9th at the Disaster Preparedness Day at the San Mateo County Fairgrounds. We did participate along with the community preparedness 2 or 3 years in the past. We shared a table down there. Obviously, we want to thank the San Bruno City Council, the various staff of the city, obviously our chief, Officer Perkins, as I said before, Officer Howard Hoyer. We've had a couple other police officers that have sat in on our meetings and answered questions that residents have asked, so we get the support through the whole department. Our meetings are the second Thursday of every month, 7 o'clock in San Bruno City Hall. There will be a sign. The agenda is posted outside on the west side under the glass as required under the Brown Act. We always talk about Neighborhood Watch. Obviously, event planning meetings are open to the public. We probably 3 or 4 meetings a year we may get somebody from the outside, whether they just have a question or whether they have a complaint or whether they really want to find out more about forming a neighborhood watch block. And for those Spanish speaking, we have the same information. And with that, I'll be happy to either answer questions or write them down and come back with answers, or ask
Any
the
questions
chief
at
to
this time?
dig me out of
Comments?
the hole.
Bob, you do great things, and I really want to thank the committee, because it's year after year there's always something, and things are growing and you're moving forward and things. And I know you got frustrated for a while because there was some inactivity, and I know how you are, and things are moving forward. What about the kids? I think I mentioned this before. Is there something that we can introduce to the schools? Because I know fire department has for many years at least done some awareness through fire prevention posters and stuff. And I think unless you've already got something going, or that maybe we should get the kids involved in just a little awareness, because that's where smart thinking starts, is at that young age.
Okay, I have 2 parts to the answer. We will obviously take it under consideration and figure out maybe what we can propose to do. But with the approval of the chief, we have a new brochure this year from happens to be from Assemblyman Jerry Hill. They have a coloring book that's on fire safety that we will be having available at the Police Day on May 12th, when we have any of our upcoming activities where we give out the information. We have that. We also have a new supply of a different coloring book that has to do with safety, and a couple of our members, they just like sitting behind our little table, and they see a kid, and they'll show them the coloring book or whatever, and it gets them up. It gives the kids something to do. It gives us the ability to start talking about fire safety or safety at the children's level all the way up. So we partly got it covered a little bit because of the donation of the brochure. We'll see if we can come up with a more full-fledged program.
Great, thank you.
All right. And as always, thank you for your efforts. These commissions, boards, and committees are strictly voluntary. They put in a lot of time, a lot of effort, and they make our city strong. So thank you very much for your efforts.
Thank you.
And thank the rest of the members of the committee for us. Thank you.